Okay, and I'm back with Moon in the third house synastry overlay between partners and or enemies or whatever, whoever you've got this with. So let's just start right from the jump. Moon in the third house synastry is one of the best placements, in my opinion, to have the moon in because there's so much nonverbal communication, and then there is verbal communication because that's just what Mercury demands. You're able to say what it is that you feel without any judgment because the third house is originally ruled by Gemini, and so it's Mercury, it's passing. Have you ever met a Gemini that was super deep? No. Not saying that they can't be deep, they might have other water placements or something, but for the most part, Mercury energy, especially Gemini energy, tends to be on the more lighthearted side of Mercury, where Virgo is the more serious. So, with that being said, there's lots of just like frivolous time passing that happens with the two of you. You always find something to do together. You're never bored with one another. You can't be bored with one another. Otherwise, y'all will start. You can be a bit dramatic with one another if you feel bored. And truth be told, the saving grace with this synastry overlay is that you don't let each other get bored because there's always something to talk about. Y'all talk so much, and it can be about nothing, but it's something to y'all. Now, will y'all remember it the next day? Probably not. But there's so much communication that's very swift, and it's mindless, it's effortless to be around one another because the moon is our habits, it's our what makes us feel comfortable, it's our mindless reactions to things. It's just initial. Feelings aren't logical, you just feel them. However, when y'all are together, y'all are able to make that happen. You can say something, and then say the moon person says something, and the Mercury person will be like, you know what, I've always thought that. I just never knew how to put into words, or I never thought I didn't think anybody else thought that way. I thought it was just me. See, y'all are able to relate to one another. You know what? I'm just going to say this. Moon in the third house is what all of y'all try to make Moon in the first house to be. Moon in the third house is whenever, on an intellectual level, you make sense of the things that you feel. Whether Moon in the first house, it's more, it's a preconceived notion because it's the ascendant. It's what you think that they'll feel you on. Moon in the third house is what you actually feel each other on. It's like, oh yeah, for sure. Like, I like what you're preaching. They like what you're preaching with the moon in the third house. Also with moon in the ninth house too. But since this is just every day, traveling, going around town, y'all go everywhere together. Y'all are attached at the hip. Where one is, the other one is. Y'all are thing one and thing two. You always find some kind of activity to be involved with. And you can be kind of copycats of each other. Like, whatever you want to do, the other person wants to do. For instance, really, this is going to be the Mercury person. Whatever the Mercury person is doing, the moon person wants to do. And it's like, stop trying to be like me. And then other times it's like you think it's cute because it's like the moon person and the Mercury person, they just dig each other. It's like, I like what you're doing, so I want to do it too. Because the Mercury in the third house, like I said, it's Gemini. And what is Gemini? It's the twins. So y'all can have like twin mindset kind of thing going on. It's not Jekyll and Hyde. Yeah, it's thing one and thing two. I would feel like, who has this together? I would think Tom and Jerry have this together. It's like Bugs and Daffy. You know how they're always finding something to get into? That is what this relationship is. They're always, whether you get on each other's nerves or not, y'all get over stuff really fast because this is the only person who really stimulates you, and you don't really take yourself too seriously with this person. You can talk to them and they just absorb everything that you're saying, and they're like, yeah, I totally get it. And then you move on. It's like they don't hold anything against you. They don't remember your words and try to use them against you later. It just feels natural to be around each other. You could go to each other's house a lot. Maybe your parents aren't exactly around, or it's not the parents that are going to be around. That's more moon in the fourth house. And yeah, that's moon in the fourth house where you meet the parents. Moon in the third house is where you meet the siblings. Every time you go over their house, their siblings are there. And it's like their siblings treat you like you're their sibling too. Like you just easily fall into such a cool relationship with their family, but somehow you always miss the parents, or you just kind of skim by the parents. The parents aren't really around like that. It's the siblings. And y'all could have met by running into your favorite places to go around town. So for instance, if you are, whatever makes you feel emotionally satisfied and fulfilled, whatever brings you gratification, as whenever you're having a bad day, or whenever you're kind of in a funk, or there's something that you can't explain that's going on with you emotionally and you just need to get out of the house and find something to do. Maybe you like to go and paint. Maybe you have an art studio. Maybe you record in a rental booth or something. Maybe you just love to go to Target and just shop, because that's all third house things. But when the moon is here, it makes you feel better. And a lot of people feel better when they shop at Target. Me, I see those prices and I get scared. But I do like to just walk around in Target. I don't know. But anyway. So you could also meet each other at a favorite restaurant. Like maybe you're picking up some of your favorite Thai food out to go, and then the waitress or the lady at the checkout, you just end up chopping it up with her, or somebody else comes in and they're picking up their food too, and y'all see each other and you're like, hey, I like this about you, or I like that about you, or you get this too, what's your favorite thing to eat here? Y'all just start talking about each other's favorite things, and just because third house is also your favorite things, it's coming right out of the second house, which is our pleasures and sensuality and stuff like that. And then third house is our mindless interests and the nonsensical blah 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 of the day, where you just you have facts that you know about, and then you just say them, and it's like your throwaway thoughts, but they mean something important to one another, because it's just like it's really a special thing whenever you can just appreciate that someone is so comfortable with you that they don't have to censor what they say, they just speak. And Mercury is not about censoring whenever it's in Gemini. So the moon here, especially with the moon, you just, it's just comfortable. You don't have to think so hard being with this person. You don't have to mind your P's and Q's or all that other shit that I can't think of at the moment. What else? Oh, whenever it comes to texting or like socializing with each other, you two love to write letters to one another. If you are in school or something like that, this is definitely the best friend that you would pass notes to whenever you were I don't know, talking about somebody that pissed you off and you don't want it to be in text, so you just write it on a note, rip it up, and throw it away. Y'all are definitely pen pals. You could meet online first. And also, this is the person that can think of you before you text them, or you think of them before they text you. That kind of thing. Like they text you and you'll be like, I can't believe that you just texted me, because I was literally just thinking about you. And also, you can have dreams about one another, messages in dreams. Like, I have this with someone. I had this, and I got a call from somebody that I didn't want to hear from, and, because they were an ex, blah, blah, blah. And so I told my friend about it, and she said, you know what? I had a dream that they called you and you were going to be upset about it. Now, was I, distraught? No, but I thought it was wow, you had a dream about me getting a phone call from someone, my ex. That's so random. But that's the kind of shit that happens with this house. Ooh, I love this third house stuff. It's already 9 minutes, and I think I've knocked off a couple of bullet points. Let's see. Moon in the third house, they have a very memorable car. There's something about the car. It doesn't matter if you're the moon person or the Mercury person. You might rag on their car, or you just love to be in the car with them. Y'all could love to just hit up different spots. Y'all just, anybody who calls you, they'll be like, well, who are you with? If you have a moon in the third house Synastry person in your life, if you have this with someone, I promise you, y'all are never separated. Y'all are probably together right now. Y'all are probably just, and y'all look up things together. Like, what does this mean again? What does that mean again? What's this word? How do you spell that? And this is not the person who's going to shit on you for asking questions. They're going to be like, I don't know. Let me look it up. You know, they help you out. You can just drop random facts on this person and they won't be all like, I can do absolutely nothing with what you just told me, so I don't know why you even said it. They're going to be like, oh, really? Well, how does this work? Well, how does that work? And why did you look that up? And blah, 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 blah. Like, they're interested in what you're interested in. You two like to try new food together. In fact, y'all like to cook together, like be in the kitchen, coming up with your own recipes, whether they are wins or fails. Y'all just like to try new things together, watch new shows together. And this is the person who you call to have a sleepover with because House of Dragon is back on and you're going to watch the series all over again, so that way you can be all caught up for season 2. And I feel that I really need another third person in my life. I want this Synastry again. I love the Synastry. I want this Synastry over and over, to be honest. What else? Oh, yeah. Y'all like to go to y'all have gas station runs a lot. Y'all, this definitely could be the person that you smoke with. This is your smoke buddy. Y'all don't hold each other's feet to the fire about shit. Y'all hardly ever fight. I've never ever had an issue with someone I had moon in the third house Synastry with. Never. So y'all could live at 7-Eleven, Quick Trip, Racetrack, wherever. Buc-ee's. It doesn't matter. Love's gas station. Y'all are the gas station queens, okay? Queens and kings. Y'all just love to hit up the gas station late at night. It doesn't matter. The people at the fucking gas station, they know your name. The clerks there, they know your name. The janitor, they know your name. And y'all, the people who work at the Chinese takeout spot inside of like in the gas station or wherever it is, yeah, they know your name. They know exactly what Slurpee you want. They know how you like your hot dogs. All that. If you pull up to the checkout, they're going to be like, wait, no Doritos today? No Flamin' Hot Cheetos? And you're going to be like, how do you know that? You are up here so much. Both of y'all are up here so much that I know exactly what y'all want. Also, your favorite restaurant. Your favorite, any place that you like to patron at. Eat. Bookstore runs too. Barnes & Noble. Barnes & Noble rats, for sure. Any place that y'all like to eat at, everybody knows your name. Sometimes you want to go where everybody knows your name. It's like Cheers. And they're always glad you came. You want to be where... Okay, I get it. Okay, you get it. Okay. Wow, that was it. That was nice, short, and sweet. I just wanted to get a video out to y'all because y'all have been so patient. Y'all are fucking rock stars. And I wanted to share a bunch of Choni appreciation. Tony and Cheryl, this is Riverdale. If you are wondering why there are so many lesbo gifts, well, you know, yours truly is. And I love this couple. Well, happy holidays, everybody. Thank you so much for listening to my video, and see you next time.
Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name, and they're always glad you came. You wanna be where you can see our troubles are all the same. You wanna be where everybody knows your name.